What's happening, guys? I'm Dan. I'm back just off the dome to create this video. I'm just doing a little beer talk, guys. Thought I'd share with you what it's been like to work in the grocery business, being deemed an essential business during the COVID-19 outbreak, pandemic, coronavirus development, how it's all transitioned, and kind of my point of view of what it's been like to live day to day in my shoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack a beer and chat with you guys. It's my birthday, so I just reviewed a beer. Now I'm just gonna sip it all day, guys. Fresh all day. Fun fact, are one of my favorite beers that you can get. I mean, as long as it's within a month, hard to top this beer. So anyways, I'm sure coronavirus, COVID-19 has affected you guys, all of you, in a very, very significant way. It's affected us as a society in a major way. Life as we knew it is no longer. It's not the same. We're pretty much all locked down. We social distance ourselves. We're told that we're not supposed to go out unless you go shopping, get gas, or work as an essential worker. So from my point of view, this has all been crazy. A couple weeks ago, I don't know what it's been now, a month, the panic all started. So usually this time of the year, it's very quiet at the store because we're in a very tourist-heavy area, and the transition from winter to spring/summer is very laid back, very tame. You brace for impact once May comes around, the end of May, regardless, or what I mean. Memorial Day weekend, that is the kickoff to summer. But instead this year, what had happened was this coronavirus outbreak took over, and people began to panic shop. I mean, just absolutely go off their rockers, buying everything in sight, herds of people, just in a state of pandemonium, guys. Just something I've never seen in all my years. I've asked my dad, he's 70 years old. He's never seen anything like this. I asked a person who's 90-something years old. They have never seen anything like this. So we, as a society, we're not ready for this pandemic, guys. We really were not prepared for the next steps that were going to happen. So what we really have is a time of uncertainty, anxiety, panic, and just plain flat out people being so scared to lose their life, because this has gotten very serious in the past 2 weeks, rather, very, very serious. Ever since Michigan locked down 2 weeks ago on that Monday, that's when I saw the craziness just erupt. It had geared up before that, but it erupted once Governor Whitmer announced that we were closing all non-essential businesses. I don't know what to make of all this, being deemed an essential worker. There's one thing that keeps me going is that we're helping so many people. Me, Danny, her mom, her brother, and all the workers at the store. We're helping so many people in this community and beyond. People who have never even shopped at the store are now getting curbside delivery. We now offer curbside delivery. You do not have to come into the store any longer. All you have to do is call us or email us your grocery list. We'll put it together as soon as we can for you. And then we take it outside and call it curbside pickup, and we put it in your trunk for you. People have really taken advantage of that, and I urge everybody to go that route, because during this time, we have an order that we're not supposed to go out, but what we're getting is herds of people inside these grocery stores. I'm not the only one that works in the grocery industry, but to have a lockdown situation, but you go to work every day and expose yourself to it. I mean, I'm not saying we're close to like doctors or nurses, but we are on the front lines. I mean, I'm not dealing individually with sick COVID patients, but how do I know who has it and how do I know who doesn't? So we've had some of our own employees back out that are 60 years old. They don't want to be there, and we're never going to force you to be there. This is very scary for your health, for your life at this point, guys. It makes me nervous. I'm 28, and I'm nervous to submerge myself around sick people who potentially have COVID. So why would I expect a 60-plus-year-old to do the same? I mean, they shouldn't have to. So it's just a crazy time. Excuse me. My nose is stuffed as of today. I don't know why, but anyways, I just really wanted to chat with you guys, have a little beer talk, straight up talk in general about this inside working from the grocery standpoint. I mean, and on top of all this, you're already concerned about your health being in the grocery industry because you have people coming in herds into the grocery store. We're also a tourist destination here in Leelanau County. So what we get on top of panic from all the locals and all the people in the nearby cities and towns, you're getting all the vacationers coming up now. And I said it a long time ago that I fear that Leelanau County, Traverse City, this area, and all niche tourism areas where people vacation, they might become one of the worst hotspots for coronavirus because everybody who lived in the big cities was trying to get away from the city. So how do you know who's a carrier or not? How can you distinguish who's sick and who isn't? Because we could all be sick now. We're not all tested. You're not even urged to test unless you're in a critical condition. So how do I know that the guy from New York isn't a carrier of COVID-19? How do any of us know this? So what we're getting is this huge influx of tourism from New York, Cincinnati, California, Florida, Detroit. Well, guys, those are some of the worst locations for COVID-19. Those are hotspots. So how could we feel safe, being in this area with everybody coming here? I mean, I love tourism because it flourishes the economy here in the summertime. But during a pandemic, I'm not so sure that tourism was a good idea. I almost think it should have been banned. People who had a second house should have stayed at their first house rather than travel, because that's the opposite of what we're urged to do right now. We're not supposed to be traveling. We're not supposed to be around people. We're supposed to social distance. We're supposed to quarantine ourselves, especially if you don't know who's exposed. And anybody can walk through the door and be exposed at any time, and they just don't know it. So it's a very scary situation. All I can say is that I really enjoy helping everybody. We've gotten so much positive feedback, and it does feel so good to help people in a time of need, especially these older, elderly folks who are so scared for their life that they don't know what else to do to eat. So we've offered this service to do deliveries as well. We've had another company team up with us where they deliver for us, or I'll deliver, or someone else will deliver. And I can't even tell you guys how fulfilling that is and how gratifying it is to see the look on their face when you deliver their groceries to them. I mean, they look like that you just saved their life. I mean, in a way you did. But that's what this is about, is helping the community, guys. And we're deemed essential. We have a job put on our shoulders, just like nurses and doctors, police officers, although they do it in much different ways. And I respect them much more than myself and other people in the grocery business. But we're all in this together. So we all play an integral part of this, and we all have our role. So all I can say is that it's just been scary. It's been a scary ride, and I don't know where it's going, guys. I think it'll get worse before it gets better. Today's March 30th. So I think as of yesterday, the lockdown / quarantine has been extended to April 30th. That's another month. That's a whole nother month, guys. And that's terrifying, but it's necessary. It's so necessary for our society and humanity. The United States, we need this. We need to lock down. We need to stay indoors. If you're going to go shopping, don't go every day. Get what you need for a week or two, and then hunker down, guys. I mean, you need to social distance, because whether you think this is overhyped or not, it is killing people. So, and not everybody's old that's dying. I don't know if they have other underlying issues, but people my age, younger, older, are dying from this. So this is very serious, and we need to do whatever it takes to make this go away. And we need to get back to normal to stimulate this economy again, just so we can get the train rolling in the right direction, guys. I mean, people are so selfish about themselves, you know, but at the end of the day, we're in this together. We all have to coexist in this environment with one another, and we can't do that if, you know, 50% of us are selfish. If 20% of us are selfish, you're still not helping us as a whole. So I just urge you guys to just stay home if you do not need to go out. I mean, to go out for one or two items to me is moronic. I don't know how else to slice it, but don't go out unless it's absolutely necessary. We're open. Businesses that are open are there for you when you need them. But I think when you go to the grocery store every day of the week or every other day, you're abusing your privilege to go shop. So that's just my opinion. But we need to start taking this stuff very seriously. Even the president is taking it more seriously than he ever did before. So this is a very confusing, critical time in our lives, guys. Really wanted to talk about it. I didn't know how to structure this video or even what to say, because at times I'm just lost for words about it. I don't know what to make of all this. I just know that we need to come out of this together and stronger on the other side. And we need to shut this down sooner than later. Otherwise, we're going to really regret not taking the precautions to fix this, guys. And I don't even know how many of you are going to be watching this video. I just got off of work. I am beat. I'm so tired, guys. I can't even stress how tired I am. But again, my job's very gratifying. I take a lot of value in what I do, and it really propels me through the weeks, the days, the months, and the years. So this will be something we will never forget. We will always talk about 2020, guys, how it was a brutal year. But I hope that it ends with a positive ending, because, again, we need to all come out of this unscathed the best we can. So we need to minimize fatalities, minimize close quarters with one another, and we need to minimize how much we hang out with each other and how much we choose to expose ourselves to one another, because at the end of the day, this is about humanity as a whole, not ourselves. It's much bigger than me and you. And there's so many other things I could touch on that I haven't, but I'm just having a beer, guys, and I'm just talking to my camera. So if you like this video and you've hung on this long, please give it a thumbs up. I'm just sharing my side of the story with you guys as a guy who is inside the grocery business, working 100 hours a week at this point, busting tail. I'm not the only one. There's so many other people that I'm grateful for, because if nobody's on the front lines, then we're all in trouble. Somebody's got to put this on their shoulders. I mean, there's got to be people on the front lines taking this on. Otherwise, we have no defense, guys. We have no way to conquer this. But even those of you who are at home, you need to stay home. And I urge everybody to continue to follow the guidelines, the regulations of your governor, of the president. You need to stay home. Otherwise, this will get much worse before it gets better. And very, very quickly, because that curve is still not flattened enough, guys. It is going up and up and up. So the takeaway is we're all in this together. Let's get through it as soon as possible, guys. That way we can get back to normal and go back to regular daily living, because I am tired of having a beer at home. Although I love beers at home, guys. I want to go get one at a bar or a restaurant or a brewery. And I'm sure you all miss eating out. Remember when we used to do things? That was fun, wasn't it? Anyways, guys, I'm Dan. I thank you so much for joining me. Please comment down below your